This must be good though.
Today is day 51. Actually, one of my favorite days of the trip so far. I started in Albuquerque. I had a ton of good luck today. So I started in Albuquerque at this hostel that was disgusting. Despite the fact that today was a great day, that hostel was probably the worst place I've stayed in so far. Hated that place. It was just gross. Anyway, got out of there early, and there's a farmer's market like right next door. So I walked over to that in the morning, got a little breakfast burrito, and grabbed some coffee on the way out to Santa Fe. So I didn't really spend much time in Albuquerque. It's the biggest city in New Mexico, but it's really just one of those cities that's kind of like a sprawling suburb. Moved on to Santa Fe, and that's when my day really turned up, because this weekend, it happens to be the weekend of the Santa Fe Indian Market, which is a huge deal. Happens once a year in Santa Fe. Santa Fe is already a really cool town, and it was awesome today because for blocks and blocks and blocks, there were tents with sort of local vendors selling art or jewelry or whatever else they were, leather, stuff like that. Made it into the market, just kind of toured around for a while. When I finally got to like the center of town, they had this whole like, I don't know exactly what it was. If it was like some kind of political assembly. But there were like 3 Native American speakers up on stage, and they were discussing a whole range of issues. A little bit about the Democratic primary, a little bit about like Standing Rock, Keystone Pipeline, all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of interesting to listen to. And then they had like Native American dancers up there doing their thing. And right next to the stage, I found this awesome artist. I actually had to look up what his name was. James something. But anyway, I bought several pieces for him. One for my mother and a couple for myself. The one I liked the best was this painting he had done. It was kind of like, had like 3 scenes going on in it. One was a red earth offering, which is something like a elder will do prior to a bison hunt. And then another scene was like a young warrior, like someone my age, who is preparing to go out in the bison hunt, and it shows him like kind of sitting in the teepee waiting for the word from the elder to actually begin the hunt. And then the last scene was just a buffalo out on the plains. So it was really cool. I'll get a picture of it and include it in here. And I love that. And another was just a scene of a teepee with some mountains. And my mom got one that was Crow warriors returning from a hunt, or maybe it was a battle actually. But anyway, they got all dressed up in like, before they entered the village again, they would like put on the war paint. They didn't actually wear all that stuff during the battle. They would put it on before they got back in the village, like the war paint. They painted up the horses, they did their hair, fixed whatever else they had going on, and rode into the village like that so they can kind of display their accomplishments during the battle. And like all the women would lulu when they rode back in. So anyway, I thought that guy was really cool. And what was even cooler was I was taking a picture of the original of like the print I bought, the one that I explained earlier with the 3 scenes. This guy like offered to help me move some stuff so I can get a good picture of it. Turns out that was the artist's father, who was career Army, and so we ended up talking for a while about like his career. After leaving Santa Fe, I took what's called the High Road to Taos, which is the scenic road connecting Santa Fe to Taos. And it takes you through a bunch of little small towns. So from Espanola, I went out to Chimaya, which is this really cool little town, famous for the Santuaria de Chimaya, which is like a religious sanctuary thing with it's like a little mini chapel, and honestly, it looked less like something from the one of the Abrahamic religions, meaning Islam, Christianity, Judaism, than it did something like out of Buddhism. It looked like, honestly, like I had to keep reminding myself that I was in New Mexico and not in Tibet, because it kind of felt like that from being in Tibet last summer. Because like in Tibet and in New Mexico, everything's kind of made out of mud or adobe, and I don't know, it just kind of had that vibe. And so yeah, everything was kind of spread out, and it was a place that was famous for like healing the sick. They would come to the Santuaria and be healed, and be treated at least. And the Santuario de Chimaya is also the site of the largest Catholic pilgrimage in the U.S. Like 30,000 people come out during Holy Week from Albuquerque and beyond to just come worship there. Currently, so I mentioned that the Santuario was a place for healing. So during the pilgrimage, people come and rub the tierra bendita, like the holy ground, holy dirt, and on like whatever part of their body is ill or in pain or injured or whatever, and it's supposed to be healing. So that's part of the motivation for the pilgrimage. Kept moving past Cordova and then Truchas, where there's like a ton of art galleries. It's not even like a professional art gallery. It's literally like people's houses on the side of the road that just say art gallery, come in. Then I kept going, got views of the Rio Grande Valley, and then climbed up into Carson National Forest, and then kind of like the last pit stop before the end of the road was Las Trampas and the San Jose de Gracia Church, which is another like really famous old Spanish colonial church built in the 18th century. And so the drive, the high road to Taos, ended at Ranchos de Taos, which is a little small town that, you know, has some nice shops and is famous for San Francisco de Assis, which is this like a little church similar to the Santuario, except, you know, just a standalone building. but it's kind of a big deal because George O'Keeffe did some paintings of it. And so last thing for the day was driving into Taos. Taos was really cute. It's like nestled in some mountains. I didn't get any pictures of it just because I had no time to get out, and parking was really difficult to find. And anyway, I just kind of looked around real quick and then turned around. Yeah, super cute town. It's one of the things it's most famous for is the Taos Pueblo, and I'm really upset I didn't get to see that. I'll have to come back and see that sometime in the future. But the Taos Pueblo is like a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's these pueblos people really still live in that were finished in like 1450 AD, and it's all adobe mud buildings, and they're kind of stacked on top of stacked on top of one another, and yeah, just this really famous, cool place to go see. Unfortunately, it was closed by the time I got here, and besides, I didn't really have time. And yeah, that's a wrap. And now I'm headed down to El Paso. I have a real long drive ahead of me, about another 6 hours down to El Paso, where I'm staying tonight. I should get there like at midnight.